with myself, Paul Archulana, alongside me, Jay Atkins. Evening, Jay. How you doing?
Evening, Red. Looking forward to what promises to be a great game of FIFA, of course. We've got SK Era taking on Chev first of all. And really, I mean, SK Era has got to be one of the favourites coming into this, hasn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. The German is looking for a big win here against a very, very competitive opponent from Brazil. And these two will go head-to-head. The scenarios we'll talk about as we go through this. We've got two games in a row coming up from Group N. And first up on your screen is PlayArt Chef. PlayArt being the clan, of course, and the sponsor. Chef being the name short for Shevchenko. Was the wild side against Brazilian winner in the qualifiers. As Jay rightly said, he goes head-to-head with one of Germany's many great stars in what is a very, very strong game for them here at the World Side Games. I was asked earlier, actually, by the former editor of Readmore, who's now with NYM, who did I fancy to win the entire thing, i.e. take the gold trophy home? You'll know that that's won by the amount of golds and silvers you win. I still fancy Germany, and mainly because of this game. We'll see, as Era from Germany, Yannick Huber, is the WCG German winner of the qualifiers, and that is no mean feat with the amount of talent that those guys have got, the depth of talent they've got in that Bundesliga across Germany.
Yeah, most definitely Germany renowned for its FIFA talent. Of course, they have a huge pool of talent to actually pick the WCG entrance from. So we are going to be looking to the Germans to actually put up, you know, at least a very good fight, if not actually take this game from Era. Era, of course, I would still have to hazard a guess being the favourite though.
Well, I don't know. I'm not so sure. We'll see as we head into the start of this FIFA matchup. FIFA 08, Electronic Arts favourite game of 2008. Here at the World Side Games finals, it is a crunch match between the German and the Brazilians. Don't forget, you can bet on either of these matches and other matches as well at xlbet.com. Don't stick your money on right now and see your fancy between these two. It's going to be a very, very close game indeed between these two. I think Jay said he fancies the Brazilian, I fancy the German, I have to say. As we go into this match, the reason for that is this trophy right now. That's the trophy they're going to be fighting for, of course. It's because there's a lot riding on FK Era right now. There's a certain mathematical calculation in the brackets that means that if he wins the next two games, he will top his group and he'll avoid the other German BVB star. If he ends up losing one of these next two games, he will end up playing the other German. We'll have an all-German knockout in the next game. So one of them will be making the short trip home, which obviously the Germans don't want right here. We've an early corner here from Era, been put up on top of the bar. He's playing in the traditional Barcelona top. Now, did that go in?
It did go in. That's a 1-0 scoreline, kind of a fluke goal off the corner. I'm not sure if it was the corner that went in or if it was knotted in on the far post. I think it was actually the corner that curved in.
Well, that's extraordinary. You don't see that many goals like that in this game. What an extraordinary way to open things up. 3 minutes gone, and he starts with a goal. I'm astounded because it was such an amazing goal to score.
Such a bizarre goal to score. I mean, that's how many times you see that?
It looked like, to be fair, it looked like it dropped onto the top of the net. We don't have any game sound, sadly, in my ear, so I couldn't tell you whether the whistle was blown or not. But nevertheless, he is confirmed as having a 1-0 lead. Extraordinary. He, remind you, is playing in the traditional Barcelona strip, the red and blue strips, and he will play for both games that we watch on this main stage in that strip. In the light blue top is Chev of Brazil. Short corner, oh, that's not a short corner, he's going to try another corner to the back post. This time it's not quite so successful and will fall into the hands of Pinto, the goalkeeper.
A little bit cheeky there. I mean, the keeper was always going to pick up that cross in the back corner. Well, we say always, but we did see the first corner go in. It is a fluke occurrence that you do see a corner goal. I mean, that's something that's FIFA 08, fairly low-scoring game, but that's kind of a freak occurrence. You really wouldn't expect that in the 1-0 scoreline.
Oh, chance here. Eto's broken through. He's into the box. Surging power run from Eto. Couldn't finish the shot off. and that ball will go out of play for a goal kick. No, actually it came off another Barcelona foot, so he's going to get another corner kick. He's going to play it into the back post, and it's a header over the bar.
Fortunate not to actually get the downhead. It's actually defensive clearance over the bar, so it's going to be another corner kick here for SK, of course. And it looks like Erra's going to get the ball whipped into the far post, back on the edge of the 18-yard box now. So he's going to be pushed down the wing. Let's see if he can actually whip a cross in here, because as you will know, Red Eye, FIFA 08 is all about the crosses, isn't it?
Well, it can be. It depends on what your style of play is. Cregan style player, it certainly can be. Now we switch across because Shev has a chance and couldn't finish it off, and drove that one right into the backside of the goalkeeper in the end, and he held on to it. Balls had to be played back here. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, FIFA 07 very much a crosser's dream. This one, it's a through ball through the middle. That's exactly how you score. And he didn't manage to pick it off, and he will be wondering how the heck he didn't finish that one off. And there is his German teammate wondering how the heck that didn't go in. Has that gone in as well? No. Over the bar for another corner kick. It was the goalkeeper yet again. He does seem to like those little chips into the box. He's got to be very careful, the chef of those. He wasn't wise to the first one, but he was there.
Yeah, he seems to be fully aware of the fact that he's got the right power and loft on those shots to actually whip them into the back post and score a goal from the corner. So he's obviously positioned his defence, towards that back post to try and get it clear from the back post. So searching ball forward. Let's see if we can get the crossing from the wing here. Now we can see Messi on the ball, looks for the cross, doesn't quite get it. It's going to be cleared here. Let's see if Shev can actually get the ball further upfield, because it's pretty much been a one-sided game so far, hasn't it?
It's been very, very one-sided indeed for Era, who's dominated the game, to be fair. I mean, I know he got that early fluke goal, and I think that might just have rocked the Brazilian. He seems to have been put back on his heels by that, but now he has Ronaldinho surging through the far side, couldn't make the connection with the front two, and instead he's given it away, and Era will immediately find lots and lots of space near side with his opposite Ronaldinho. Long range crossing to the box, it's chested down though by Shev, who will now play this one out over the halfway line, and perhaps we're going to look for something to put together with Zach. Well, he didn't get lucky with the bounce, and it's Era who's able to play that one away.
I see that the ball now, it's scrappy play in the sort of last third here, and it's kind of surprising, to be quite honest. I mean, after the start that we saw with that corner goal, you'd expect maybe a little bit more here from the midfielders, and see the ball being whipped around. Xavi playing it on. Xavi versus Xavi, of course. We are playing a mirror match, which I think is the fairest way of doing it. That way there's no player advantage. Every position's matched, and it just falls down to player skill, doesn't it, Paul?
Well, it does, but I disagree. I would prefer it to be a Man United versus Barcelona game. I mean, Barcelona can't play each other in real life. It's disturbing. I don't like seeing two Ronaldinhos on the same screen. Joking aside, the overlays were slightly wrong now, unfortunately. We were saying that Hayat Shev was leading 1-0, but he's not leading 1-0. It definitely is Era of SK, who tries another shot just into the box. It was a stinger, but it was held by the goalkeeper nevertheless. And Era really is dominating this game, John.
Certainly is. Shev really not able to get any more than a couple of touches on the ball now. Looks like he's going to make a nice linking move down the right hand side. Let's see if we can get a cross whipped into this near post. It looks like it's going to go to the back post, collected by the keeper though. Really nice easy save for Era's keeper, and it looks like we're going to see the ball played back out to midfield. In this situation, Paul, do you think playing it, the Route 1 style football is going to get the job done here for Shev, or do you think it's going to have to be the sort of dainty little one-touch football?
Yeah, FIFA can be very decisive through the middle, and so far the success that Era's had has come that way. It's a little lofted ball over the top for Thierry Henry to chase. He will win this one as well as the defender backs away. Little crossing of the ball. There's a dinky cut across towards the penalty spot. There was no one waiting for it, but he has managed to get the ball back out to Ronaldinho. Near side, charged down though as the challenge flew in, and both those players were battled for a throw-in. It does fall the way of Shev, and the overlays are now correct. Era leading by a goal to nil with 4 minutes remaining of the first half, 4 virtual minutes. And, there's a chance here. Shev now into the box. Oh, made a terrible decision to pass the ball to the right-hand side, but he's got the ball back. Oh, tries a step shot. It's blocked by the goalkeeper. It's not going to make any difference. It was offside, and the ball will be called back. And, Era could thank his lucky stars, really, that he had a player in the right position to charge that one down, because never, ever is it a worse time to concede than just before half-time. That one will also be half-time, will also be offside, and will not count. And the score will remain 1-0. And if we go in at half-time like this, I think Era will be fairly satisfied, although, one goal from a fluke shot as well. it's not always decided that way.
No, it's definitely not the decisive goal that he was probably looking for, to be quite honest. I'm pretty sure he would have rather have banged it into the top corner from the edge of the 18-yard box, but that's just not to be. And beggars can't be choosers, to be quite honest, to take that corner goal.
Time is nearly up at the end of the first half. Chance for Era at point blank range, couldn't quite get in, and well, goalkeeper has collected that one very straightforwardly in the end. We do have time up now at the end of the first half, and Era from SK and Germany leading Chev from Playa in Brazil. That will be half time after that 4th minute goal from Lionel Messi gives that man on the screen, SK Era, the lead. And I think he just about deserved that lead at half-time.
Yeah, definitely. Chev's midfield play was quite lacking, to be quite honest, and his final touches in the 18-yard box definitely leaving something to be desired. So I think the scoreline that we got 1-0 in favour of...
And that will be a phenomenal goal from Chev, and he enjoys it. The Brazilian boy is back. It's 1-1.
Listen, that's Samba football that we've come to expect from the Brazilians, of course, and the quick cross with the volley straight into the net. Pick the bones out of that one. 1-1. We're going to see the kick-off now, and it looks like we are going to see Era back on the attack, pass back to the goalkeeper. He seems to be just a little bit better on the one-touch football and the quick short passes, but if he's not able to counteract those quick crosses that Chev's been whipping in, we could very well see this go 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was a dominant first half from Era, really, and we had an early goal in the first half. We've had an early goal in the second half, really, from the first attack and the first play, and it came from both ends. And there is something to be said about this. I've said it before, I'll say it again. There is something about attacking from left to right on your screen. All of the FIFA players practice a phenomenal amount, but the practice mode is played, guess what?
Left
to right on your screen. So is it any wonder that some of these players really do prefer shooting that way, because they practice that way? 1-1, and both players have scored going left to right.
Ball cleared back in midfield. Chev now back in possession. It's looking like he's actually started to control the midfield, which is something he was lacking in the first half, of course. Seems to be completing his passes as well, which is good. Now whipped into the 18-yard box, collected by Era's keeper. It's like Era probably sweating bullets at this point, because he's really not had any time to get past the halfway line, has he?
No, he hasn't, you're right. And it's a strange phenomenon, because the first half really, Era pinned him back in his own half a lot. This time round it seems to be the other way around. It's almost like they've swapped sides and swapped players, and then they're controlling the different teams. Chance here, Era under pressure here, not going to be able to get any purchase on that shot though from Chev, and he knows that was a chance, but only really a half chance. 60 minutes played here in the match, half an hour to play out in virtual time, remember, and we're tied up at 1-1. This would not be a disaster for the German, but he would then have to make sure he won in his final match against Spain, which is coming right up after this particular game. 1-1.
Bubba's going to be watching this with a distinct amount of interest at this point. If it stays 1-1, that's only going to help his cause, of course. We can see Barcelona, both Barcelonas, of course. I'm talking about SK Era back in possession of the field. You see Deco back on the ball. He's going to look for Ronaldinho. Is he going to be able to play the ball forward, trying to find space? No space there. Nice little flat back four setup from Chev, of course. Chev, as you know, he's been one of those players who, I have to say, his sort of midfield play has really picked up in the second half. His first half performance was a little bit lightless from midfield. He seems to be dominant now in midfield already. And
I know there wasn't any changes either, so it's not a tactical reason for that. Oh, Ronaldinho wasn't used at all well there on the near touchline. He really should have done better with that. He had the ball in front, he was goal side, and then checked back for some reason. It's given Era a chance now to push forward on the far side. Shrugs off one challenge, goes into the inside. Nicely drilled ball into the bottom corner of the net. The German crowd erupts, and rightly so, for a stunning piece of play by SK Era, who now leads by 2-1.
Well, that was pretty much what Era was looking for. I mean, it's the second time he's really been in the box in the second half. Beautiful finish, just inside the foot, tucks it away in the far corner. Nothing really the keeper could do in that position. And I have to say that was a nice little bit of build-up play, shoving off the first challenge, making sure that he was in the right position to actually get the spin on the ball and tucking it away into the left-hand corner. Nicely done.
And we get the joy of the 3 replays afterwards, which is always nice when you score a lovely goal. And with a profession from SK. 2-1 then. Germany has 1 foot in the next round. They need both, and they need both to go through as the top team to avoid playing an all-German next round between BVB Star and Era. They will both want to avoid each other, so I guess he's probably out there in the crowd cheering him on to win both of these games for double reasons. There's a little bit of skill far side by Ronaldinho. Oh, Thierry Henry's though slipped it through the legs of the defender. Bearing down on goal, checked back once. He's now got to play that ball into the box. Couldn't find any purchase on it. Couldn't get to the far side. And this will just be a clock run-down situation now. And keep possession now for Era. And a chance for Shev goes begging.
Yeah, a little bit of just, you know, sort of keeping the ball in the midfield area, just trying to, I suppose, just trying to run the clock down at this point. 76 minutes gone in the game time, of course, not real time. We're going to be looking at a situation now where Era's just going to be, I suppose, resting on his laurels. He doesn't really have to push the action at this point. He just has to control the play, and that's seemingly what he's doing here. He's just bunching up in midfield and making sure that really Shev doesn't have any angle to whip across him.
One out of play. Last virtual minute to be played. 10 virtual minutes, in fact, inside the virtual stadium. Lots of virtuals. Zero leads by 2 goals to 1. That will drop out of play once more on the far side. Every second counts now for the men in red and blue. The men controlled by SK Gaming Era. Leading 2-1 over Play-Art Shev. Ball played forward here. He's managed to get that broken down. Couldn't get the luck of the draw for the final defender. And once more, Era is able to bring it over the halfway line. Little ball inside. Oh, he's cut the defence in two here. Can Messi pick up the ball? No, he can't. And it's a clumsy challenge to boot. And that will be at least a yellow card. And rightfully so. Even in the virtual world, they hurt.
Yeah, still, last stage of the game is not really going to play that much of an issue in the game. At this point, Paul, do you think maybe Shev should throw everything forward in one last-ditch effort?
You're right. He has to do that now, and he seems to have I think he's playing 5 across the midfield and just 1 up front, because it looks like Henry's kind of playing a little wide, but he's come inside now, so maybe he's got the 2 up front, but he just needs to throw everything at this, including the kitchen sink, and hope that he can get one back. And even a draw wouldn't be impossibly bad for Era, so I don't think he'd be sweating too much right now. Nice little chance! That was where he hit the second from. Just a little closer to goal. Not quite as much curve on it. And a little bit too much loft. Doesn't matter though. Wastes a few more vital seconds. Control at the back again. 2 virtual minutes remaining. And really, unless we get a miracle from the Brazilian, they are known for them. This one's heading the way of Germany in a very satisfactory manner in a close game.
It'd be interesting to see the possession stats, because Era has had dominant control over the midfield. I mean, we did see Shev at the beginning of the second half start to fight in midfield, yes, but seemingly his midfield has just collapsed under the weight of the SK Era sort of pushes through midfield. The way that we've been seeing him dominating the possession in midfield, little short 1-2s here and there, that seems to be just bringing the clock down. Scoreline 2-1. We're now in the injury time. Looking like this is going to finish up the victory for the Germans, Paul.
It does. Ball outside on the far side here. Oh, nice ball inside. Chance for a third. Is it the cherry on top? If not, it's not even the icing on top. It remains 2-1, and we are into injury time. And there is the final whistle. Germany celebrates a victory in FIFA. Well, we heard that one before. Not that that's completely unusual at all. They have dominated this particular series of games over the years. They continue to dominate here at the World Cyber Games 2008 in Cologne, on home soil no less. There is the German team cheering on Era, who will remain for our second consecutive FIFA matchup. That's coming next, and it's against Spain's Bubba, your defeated man this time round in a narrow loss, 2 goals to 1. That man on screen, Shev from Brazil. There it is, confirmed as the winner. SK Era, Group N, wins 1. All he needs now, James, 1 more draw.
Yep, if you can take it away from Bubba, if you can take the victory from Bubba, that's of course going to assure that he doesn't have to play his fellow countryman from Group I, which the German crowd will most definitely be up for.
There it is, confirmed on our FIFA game. Actually says Maximo 12 from Spain versus Chocoyote from Germany is our next group game. I thought we might have had Era staying on, so maybe we don't, and that is my mistake. But that's up next in FIFA.